Hello, everybody. Welcome back to a first here on this new series here on FC24. As we're here with the Wolverhampton Wolves career mode, I should say. As we're back here for the first episode of Wolves TV. And of course, this is a little bit of a quick look at the front office of what we're doing here, strategies, with the managers thinking, and of course, what's going on in the world of soccer right now. And of course, everyone is I got a couple of about 10 hours here of the deadline day. It is a very important day as we're wrapping up the deadline day here in the summer season of the Premier League, as we've already got 2 episodes in underneath our belt. We get ready for a third one. But before we get back to more Premier League action, it is a important day here. This is where we start to decide where our team is going to go to. And of course, the question is, are we going to be buyers or sellers here in this this deadline day? And I think for the most part here, I think we're not going to be either one. I think we might be sellers and we are buyers. You see here, we're taking a look at some of the players. You see Sebastian Dressler, if you guys know from my Austin FC series there on the main channel. He is by far one of my favorite players, and he is going to go overseas there. But yeah, I think for the most part here for our squad here is we're just going to take a look here, and while I'm talking here, we're just going to take a look at some of the other squads in the Premier League who are either buying players from Italy, Germany, all that kind of stuff, and coming to Europe or coming to England, or players leaving England and prominently in the Premier League going to other clubs around the world. But yeah, for us, I think for the most part here, I think we're going to be sellers. I think we've already made a couple of sells already for a couple of players, and I think if anything, I think we're going to try to do our best to try to get a lot of what I've learned from the first time I played with the Wolves here. I think we got a lot of talent, a lot of young talent, and we got to figure out what we're going to do with that young talent. If we can't get them on the pitch right now, I think it's best for us to go ahead and start loaning these players out. So that's what we're going to do, and that's what we did, of course, in the very first series that we had of this particular team. And we're going to, of course, do the same here, and that's one of the most important things you want to do for your squad is get those guys, those young players that have a high overall, get them out there. If you can't get them on the pitch, you don't have the need for them right now. You know, you obviously get them ready and get them, playing in other parts of the world that other smaller clubs need them. You know, and if not in the Premier League, they'll play in League One, League Two, or play in MLS. You know, some of them might get a chance to play in the MLS. Others may get a play in Germany in the different Bundesliga divisions, or and play in Syria. There in Italy. There you see Chan. There we went ahead and we're going to get some money from him. We're going to get $2.3 million plus a player that I think it would actually make sense. So this is a young player. Chang is kind of an older player, older winger that I think he's ready to kind of do bigger and better things. So we're going to go have him. I believe he's going to go to Italy and play in Syria. And so Nico, I can't think of his name here, Kanabaigi, he is going to come in and he is going to play and be a part of our squad there. And hopefully we can build him up to be a player that we are, I believe he's a left winger there that would really help us out as we're kind of really, for the most part, I don't have any left winger. If I'm not mistaken, I think he also plays 2 other positions as well. I think he plays striker, and I believe cam as well. So that will help us a lot, both in the left wing and of course the cam positions. As we are, right now we have Elliott right now playing in that position over there. So yeah, that'll be very helpful. And of course, I've been looking at some cams. Some youth academy guys there that I'm right now in the process of possibly bringing up. Probably as soon as the next episode. Actually, they'll be getting called up as we'll have a couple of spots left on our. We'll have a couple more spots there open for our youth academy players to come up to the senior team, which is always nice. And of course, that's a good way of getting them an opportunity here to play. Not to mention when they're on the senior team, that opens up the chances for them to play overseas as well. To play, like I said, in the Premier League, or play in the League One, play in League Two, Champions League, and of course any of the other European leagues across Europe, and of course any clubs really across the world that really need their help. And we got some really good talented players. You'll see here in a bit. We'll talk more about them coming up. That could definitely get a job anywhere else there. And of course, we've got quite a few offers for loan to buy and loans and stuff like that. And I'm kind of, depending on who the player is, I'm kind of saying, okay, there's a good possibility we could do that. We could do a loan to buy. It just depends on the player. And of course, if it's a player in position that we are in need right now, if we are in need of that position, that player in that position, then chances are we're not going to do a loan to buy. We'll just do a nice loan, have them out for a year or two. I think you go up to 2 years on a loan and see where they go from there. And of course, they do quite well when they're out there because they get time on they're guaranteed time on the pitch and able to go out there and show off their skills. So you're seeing Nicolo. There you see from Italy, and I was correct. A striker, cam, and a left wing. So we'll go ahead and get him developed, and we'll go ahead and get him kind of focus on more of the left wing position than the other two positions there. He has a pretty good, decent. He's pretty even skill moves, and of course his weak foot there. So we might just go ahead and put him in that left wing position because, like I said right now, we don't have any left wingers. I had to get rid of a lot of left mids that I looked at, and after looking at some of their attributes there, I'm like, that's not going to do it for me to play that left wing position there. So we got rid of a lot of those youth academy players that we were searching for. And we'll show you guys some of those players there, as well as we sign a few more here before we wrap up today's episode here. But there you see some of the youth academy players that we do have right now. And like I said, a lot of them could get a chance here to play. Of course, obviously you have to be 16 years or older to be a part of the senior squad. So we got a couple of 15-year-olds there that we cannot just, they can be on the youth academy team, at least for the year. And then after that, we can go ahead and I've already got my eyes on a couple of them right now that we can sign and put on the senior squad there, and maybe even give them some playing time because I feel like they got a high enough potential that I feel like they're that good to really be a backup position, especially if it's in a position that we don't really have a log jam in. So get on the field there often and early and see what they can do. As we take a look here, we spent a couple more hours here in the transfer window here, and of course this is the summer transfer window. We simmed an hour. We're going to sim another hour here, and just kind of looking around here at some of the players here. Not too many big names really for a lot of players. You had a lot of players that are leaving. Looks like Manchester United. Seems like Manchester United is having a little bit of a fire sale, getting rid of a lot of some of their players there. But then you see like guys like this one, Matthews, coming in to see Kindergartner. I think that's how you say it. He is going to Leicester City, so he is coming into the Premier League. And then you got a guy like here. He's coming into Aston Villa, one of those up-and-coming teams that are trying to make some moves here with some older players, and we'll see how they go with that. Obviously, with that transfer window player coming in as well. So there's going to be a lot of money being exchanged amongst teams, players exchanged amongst teams from all levels, everywhere from North American squads or North American leagues like MLS and Mexico, and of course over here in Europe as well. The French, German, Italy, Portugal, Spain, all those different leagues they have across Europe are going to be making a huge day and trying to improve their teams a little, get their teams to be a little bit better and well conditioned more so for the second half of their season. Bruno, he's one of the young players here, 20 years of age, from Spain. He's a left back slash left wing back. We got an offer for him, and right now, I think for the time being, right now for our left back position, right now we just we really need all we can get. So we're going to go ahead and deny that, as we're just not going to accept that deal. Not just a simple fact that, one, not the best of money, but two, we just need to have our left backs here because we're kind of thin in that position there. So unless something comes up, unless we get a deal that we just really cannot refuse to, we just go like, okay, we have to take that, we'll do so. But right now, we're just not gonna go with that. Then of course you see Manchester United. They will have a player coming in here, an older striker, looks like, from Atletico de Madrid. And let's see what else. We got Fred. Oh wow, Fred is leaving he's gonna leave the Manchester United squad there. He's gonna go to Villarreal there in Italy. So congratulations to him, as this will probably be his. I think he probably has another year or two, maybe 3 more years left in his career. But the 30-year-old center mid going to go there. Continue down the list here, and of course, if you guys want to see more of the list, I can always, I can make a video real quick and show you guys who those players are that are leaving. There's really just a couple names that just kind of stuck out to me that I think I thought they were kind of important. And then you see another player, another youngster leaving Manchester United. What is going on with Manchester United? As they have another one leaving, a 20-year-old striker who is going to, oh, there you look at this. This is Den Docker. Of course, he is with Asa Villa, but now he has been loaned out. And of course, I would like to have him come back to the Wolves there. He was one of my favorites. That's one of the players I really was gravitated towards when I started playing the FIFA games here and playing as the Wolves. Something about him was just cool dude, especially with the hair. And of course, in this one, he has his hair cut short now. So, but yeah, we'll have to try to bring him back if we can. If we can try and bring him back. Of course, Gibbs White is another one that I really enjoyed as one of my other favorites there for the Wolves. I think right now he is with the Spurs, I think, on this game. So, and then of course, I'll take a look here at some more players being moved around as well. And of course, some youngsters here. 20-year-old Tomas Angel. He is going to be playing for West Ham. As we getting down to the final 3 hours of the deadline day. And of course, any players being exchanged after the fact, after this deadline window, this transfer window is over with. Of course, they will be the first transfers going in or out when we start the winter transfer window, which will be in the month of January. So teams got to make some got to make their push here if they're going to get somebody here, try to make those last minute deals. If not, then those deals will have to carry over into the winter transfer window. As Aaron Wanabaski, oh wow, he is leaving the. Oh wow, he's going to the Germans, that German team there. Wow, that's totally different than where Manchester's at right now on the second channel there that I'm playing as them on that one. So yeah, they are definitely having a fire sale here. I noticed that the first episode I recorded, I looked and I was like, wow, there's just that team does not look the same anymore. It's getting really bad. So Bala, there you see they've got an offer for him from looks like from Leeds, and it's a loan to buy. And so we'll look at some of the details here. I can't really tell here on the screen what they say with the details are. But if I remember correctly, of course, it's been a while since I've seen this footage here. It's been at least a good 2 weeks. I think we go ahead and he's 6'6" overall. I imagine he has a pretty decent potential if they're asking for him. And of course, if I'm not mistaken, I think I went ahead and put him on the loan list here. So we're gonna go ahead, and it looks like, I just said it's a denied. So we're going to deny that opportunity there for him. And we'll take a look here at some of the Youth Academy players here. This is some of the players that we're looking at right now in Venezuela. And some pretty good players here. I believe there are a lot of, I think we're looking for some wingers here in this one, I think, if I'm not mistaken. But then you see also too, we just find some guys here that just don't make the cut here for that, even for that first month. Their overalls or I should say their potentials are not that great. There's some of them in the mid 70s, some of them in the mid 80s, and obviously you want to get the players that are somewhere in that 94 right here, like Romeo here. He has a nice potential. Worst because of worst, his potential will probably be in the high 80s, if not maybe into the 90s. He'll hold on to maybe a 90 and 91, so that's still good. So we'll go ahead and sign him to the Youth Academy squad as we're just finishing up these scouting reports for these youth players. And see, now we're taking a look at some more players here as well from Portugal as well. And of course, that's what I want to try to do. I'm trying to find players that the Wolves normally would go after. So Portugal, Spain, and then of course, obviously some of the South American. And of course, I am looking at the MLS for some potential players there that we could bring over. That I personally want to bring some Americans in as well to help us out if we can. And of course, we are looking at some American players as well in the Youth Academy pool there as well. Trying to bring some decent Americans in, see if we can find a top-notch world-class type of player out there. I'm sure there's at least one of them out there in the U.S. Or at least in North America. Hopefully we can find that player here to help us out. Again, just seeing here, we're just kind of looking at some of the players' potentials there, and some of them are just not that great. And again, just kind of getting rid of the ones that we don't really care for or need, and just let them go off to the side, and kind of move on here from, and kind of go back out there and re-scout some more players here. As we'll see here, we got players here from the Argentina pool as well. So we kind of go through those, seeing which ones that will work out for us, and of course, obviously the ones that are not, we're not going to sign him. Gabriel Castillo, 16 years of age. He looks like he's right where I want him to be. He has that winger, possibly playing maybe a striker, kind of a center, like a left center mid. So he could probably, if we need to, could probably train him to be a center midfielder if we wanted to. If he happens to be a left mid. But we'll go ahead and take a look at some other players here. So here's what the Youth Academy looks like now, and of course we're going to start going through here. And a lot of these guys that are eligible to play, we'll probably start bringing them up and getting them on the senior squad there, so they get more training and better training, as well as we're going to get some guys working on some development here as well to develop maybe a change of a position for us. So we'll see which ones they are better at and achieving in. So we'll try to move some things around here with position wise. Maybe they play their secondary position better than they do their primary position that they're assigned to right now. Because you never know. You might see something in there that there's a player that can really change your team's projection of where they're going to be at from now to the end of the season, all by singly changing their position. So you'd be quite surprised what the overalls look like if we change a guy's position from one to the other, because they can dramatically change. And of course, training is also important as well. So better they are in that one position, the higher and better training they'll get. and that overall keep climbing up, and eventually they'll be a part of the starting 11. But again, just looking down here, you see we got Martin's here. He's studying right now to work on his being a little more of a left winger this season, and he's got a couple more weeks here left to do so. And once he does that, then he'll definitely be helpful for us there. As right now he's currently a center mid, but we're gonna go ahead and try to work on him, try to go up more further up on as a forward there, and be a left winger there, and help us out as we are, like I said, we are quite a bit short here when it comes to left wing positions right now. I have a lot of right wingers I got a couple of right wingers that play left wing, but not too many. So, and of course, there you see again more players here, and like I said, we'll be working on changing their what their abilities are here pretty soon. As like for Petra there, looks like he's a better center mid. He plays the right mid at center mid position, so we'll try him at center mid, or we could see how he does as a right winger as well. So we'll just kind of look around at his attribute, his overalls there, see if it goes up or down, and go from there. As we take a look here, actually we'll go ahead and change him now. So right now he's a 53 as a right mid, and he's gonna go ahead and change it to a right wing, and he'll have about 2 weeks of EAT for that. So we'll see how much he will change in those 2 weeks as he is training to be a right winger. And there you see Gilbert Castell, or recently just signed him, and like you see, left wing, right mid, and a cam. So that's not bad. I like that. I like that a lot. Like I said, if we have, I think we might have maybe one more than we need in the right wing. So we might have Gilbert kind of convince him to maybe play left wing, and then so then he'll be a left wing, right mid, and a cam type of player. So, like I said, just trying to go around, just kind of seeing what players work best with what position here, and of course go off by their overall, and of course other skill sets they have presented in front of us here. But yeah, like I said, I think we did a great job here this time around, finding some great players in the youth academy. Our scouts have been doing a great job, and they continue doing so, and keep bringing some goodies there for us. And of course, just looking for that that future star that can be like another Pepe or Ronaldo, or whatever, Wayne Rooney, or whatever soccer great you want to think of. Hopefully we can find somebody like that for the Wolves here, and start hopefully a huge career for them, and of course start winning some Premier League titles. But that's it for this episode of the Wolves TV. Next time we'll have Wolves TV, we'll go ahead and take a quick look at the stats. We'll take a look at what our stats are for the team so far here, and of course we'll be in the middle of play, as you see the Champions League is already in full swing. But there you see, we'll be taking on Crystal Palace in the first matchup in episode 3, so that'll come out here very, very soon, so stay tuned for that. But that's, like I said, that's it for this episode of Wolves TV. If you guys did enjoy today's episode, please leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe if you happen to be new, and of course hit that bell notification so you guys be notified of this series or any other series here on the channel. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Discord, and of course don't forget to check us out on the second channel over on ESGNet Plus LP for some more great FIFA and of course FC 24 action as well. That's it for me. Have a great day. Keep each other healthy, and I will see you all next time.